You straight up cuckooed that dude, bro. Oh my God.
You've got all your Charger gear on because
feeling fresh as hell.
Well, you guys better enjoy it. The fans loved it.
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin Herbert.
On the move and throws and touchdown.
Do this together.
Players, coaches, staff, fans, together we can create something truly special.
Stay tuned for some good content.
Well, hello there, dearie. Welcome back to the Charger Chat. I'm your co-host, Wolldog, sitting with my buddies, Kev, Hug, and Duggan.
Hi, Bulldog. How are you?
I am doing well, dearie. Thank you. And let's not forget Kyle, the coach, Duggan.
I miss Doubtfire. Oh, God.
all right, folks. Well, it is draft week. We are in it.
2 days.
We're now.
Those
this is
days
finally
away.
when I actually get excited for the
It
draft.
finally happened.
This is it. Yeah. It's finally switched over.
It is very exciting, folks. We are days away now from the draft, and it is, God, there's so many picks. And so many possibilities. But we've got other stuff to talk about here, as well as a fan focus. We've got a Bolt Insight and Ask Boltfam. It's going to be a heavy episode because we want to unload everything before we get to Thursday. We want to go in clean and cleansed and not backed up in any way, shape, or form.
We're going to spring clean this bitch. We're going to get all cleaned out, ready to go to talk about new players.
This is a podcast colonoscopy.
That's right, baby. We're going to blow it out.
You got to make an appointment, and it's not the most fun, but we're all going to do it together, guys.
We're all in this together. Just hold my hand, gang. All right. Well,
bite down on this.
Let's take this in order. Those that saw on Twitter, our very own Bolt Chat coach officiated a wedding, as he said that he would, and he followed through, folks. He didn't back out last minute. He was there. And what a great looking, yes, the snappy wedding.
Snappies.
Yes, congratulations,
Snappies.
What a great looking wedding too. It was like on the beach, right?
Yeah, it was really cool. I shout out to Rivers Lake. If you haven't gone and checked out Senior Snappy's website, riverslake.org. He does a lot of cool stuff. He puts up some, like, they have some people writing for him. They have a store, all that stuff. Go check them out. But yeah, the snappy wedding was so much fun. It was so laid back. It was just on the beach. They had like 30, 40 of their closest friends. There was towels down on the sand. We stood up there with his Bluetooth speaker and we got the job done. It was a lot of fun.
That's great.
Yeah. I love they had a picture of them wearing their 22
jerseys.
2022.
So cool.
I love it, dude. That's so cool.
He tossed that on instantly. Senior also brought his like captain's hat. He didn't wear that during the ceremony.
Yeah,
but he did toss it on immediately following.
Yeah, he felt naked probably without it. He is the captain.
Not complete without his captain's hat. So
congrats, guys.
Yeah, great turnout, and what a great turnout, and it just looked like a great time. So
yeah, it was a really, really fun wedding.
More congratulations to spread around came out. The Senior Bowl Hall of Fame was honored to be adding these 5 all-time greats into the Senior Bowl Hall of Fame. Excited to bring them back to where their NFL journeys began, Mobile, Alabama. Congratulations to the class of 2022, Dak Prescott, Kevin Falk, Patrick Willis, Creed Humphrey, Von Miller, and our very own Philip motherfucking Rivers, baby.
Philip freaking Rivers.
So proud of you, Phil. Good work.
Oh, man. I mean,
although if Creed Humphrey's already on there, how is Justin Herbert not?
He had a good season, but I don't know if it was that good.
He broke records. It was best first 2 seasons. I'm just saying.
Yeah, this doesn't really give a lot of credence to the level.
I know it kind of takes away from the recognition. I think.
Yeah, the Creed kind of lowered.
It's like the Von Miller, Phillip Rivers, Patrick Willis. Totally get it.
Totally.
Right.
But then like Dak Prescott and Creed Humphrey, like
I see Dak. I see that. Makes sense.
Dak's not even done though. He's like at the beginning of his career still. It's not Hall of Fame recognition worthy.
There's only a couple guys that are actually not playing anymore on this list, but award's an award. We'll take it.
Awards are awards.
Right. Philip deserves all the recognition that he could possibly get.
Stack him up, Phil. More jackets to come, big man.
Let's see. Rivers played for the North squad at the Senior Bowl, where he was coached by Marty Schottenheimer. Rest in peace, Marty.
Right.
The then head coach for the San Diego Chargers. Prior to being selected in the first round of the 2004 draft, Rivers started a then NCAA record 51 consecutive games for North Carolina State. His 13,484 passing yards were good for second in NCAA history. He was the ACC's Male Athlete of the Year and the 2003 ACC Player of the Year. His number 17 jersey was immediately retired following his final season with the program. You hear that, Chargers?
He's a legend.
It's about time that you retire number 17 at the Chargers organization as well. Get on it.
He's got to retire first, though.
Yeah.
He does.
The guy's not done.
His streak's still going. I don't think he hasn't missed a game in a while. If he's playing, he's playing. So
if he's on a roster, he's playing. I think he's still hoping for a roster spot.
Well, we'll see.
That's a good sign. If you look at that, like the amount of college football he played in a row, like that was just meant to be for him in the pros. So he's just such a tough dude. I'm so happy for him.
Absolutely. All right. Well, as we mentioned, folks, the draft is upon us, and the Chargers are ready to celebrate in style. The draft party RSVPs that are going to be there in attendance for Draft Fest. The one and only Justin Herbert, J.C. Jackson, Derwin James, Keenan Allen, Chris Rumpf, Gerald Everett, and Snoop Dogg.
D-O-W-G.
Oh,
Snoop Dogg.
Bow wow, yippee yo, yippee
Hey, bow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay.
Oh boy, wow!
Yeah, just toss Snoop Dogg in there.
I love it,
dude. They're gonna do this at SoFi. Like they're gonna have the full blown party at SoFi because I know it was on the pier a year or so ago, which was really cool idea. Monica, but they're like confident, like, you know what, we might fill this bad boy up. Let's go.
Makes me wonder where the Rams are going to be doing it then. If the Chargers are going to be at SoFi, are the Rams at like a bar down the street? Like...
I think they their picks a long time ago. I don't think they're drafting.
They don't have any draft picks. I don't think that draft fest is
nothing to celebrate. They're not
definitely not Thursday night. They got nothing going Thursday night. It's gonna be crickets.
They can enjoy their rings for a day. But that's all they got on Thursday.
Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, Chargers deserve the party. I'm number one, I'm looking forward to the draft. Number two, I'm looking forward to seeing some pictures of all this event going down. Because I mean, we're not going, right?
Yeah, none of us will be.
Yeah.
Thursday,
no, I wish
Thursday
to
night
go.
is just, I can't swing that right now.
Yeah, Kyle's the closest one, and he can't make that happen. So if you are going to Draft Fest, please show us the pics, man. Because
Senor Snappy is going.
Is he?
He said he's going. Yeah,
awesome. Good. Yeah. Anybody else that's going, let us know. Send us pictures because I want to see it.
I just want to live vicariously through your social media.
Yes, please.
So
it's not that much to ask.
Give us what we want, please.
Yeah.
Sorry. Didn't mean to get intense.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward, please. So looking at the Chargers draft as it stands right now, we have 10 picks. We had 11, but we traded one away for our good old Khalil Mack, which was draft pick well spent.
With me.
So 10 picks.
I still can't believe Khalil Mack is on the Chargers.
It really isn't going to set in until you see it. Like until you see him out there, it really just isn't going to set in. And same with JC Jackson. Like the fact that JC Jackson's on the team as well, it's just like it's not gonna be real until we see it. But 10 picks to look forward to. As it stands right now, only one on Thursday. But again, we don't know
special number
what that's going to be. Yeah, and it is a special number.
Did you guys see that video that the Chargers social media did where they went to like a fortune teller? Did you see that video?
Yeah.
Holy shit, they are so funny. Like that is the coolest, funniest concept. I love that so much. If you haven't seen it, go find it on social media. It is so good.
Find it. It is. And what was funny to me was like, I'm looking at the comments and everybody's going like, oh my God, the Chargers are relying on fortune tellers now to freaking pick their picks in the draft. It's
the
like
point.
Like just right over their head. Like it's hilarious. It is fun. Just have some fun.
Yeah.
Stop naysaying and have some fun.
Be positive.
It's a clever way to put out all the names that have been associated with us in like almost like we don't know who we're gonna pick.
Exactly.
The fortune teller doesn't know.
Yeah, even the fortune teller was like, it could be this, it could be that.
But we do know that other teams will be in fear after our picks. She did say that. So I don't necessarily believe
we
in all
will
that,
be excited.
I like what she had to say.
I like the positive mindset.
Yeah,
that's right. She's the shamelessly positive fortune teller. So get on it, everybody. Yeah. And then today, the day that we're recording this, obviously this is coming out on Tuesday, but the day that we're recording this, they came out with Telesco's pre-draft press conference. And it's a great press conference. They asked him a lot of interesting questions. Obviously, he's Ninja Tommy, so he keeps a lot of it pretty close to the chest. But when asked about trading up versus trading down, he said we're always open to it. You would have to go back pretty far to get a 2, referring to the second round. It's certainly something you have to look at. We are going into the draft with the first round pick, then a big gap when we get to the third. I've spent a lot of time going through scenarios in preparation in as far as what can happen going up or down. Going up this year without having a second-year pick, I don't know if that's really realistic. Don't think we'll have to anyways, but going back certainly is an option every year. It would certainly be an option this year. A lot of it comes down to who's on the board at that point, how far back you want to go, how many players you have left at that spot. But there are a lot of benefits moving down. You kind of have to weigh that versus who's there.
Yeah, they're not going to have any pre-draft arrangements with other teams. It's going to be like the 16th pick is up. Hey, Chargers getting a call. That's where it'll be, depending on how the board falls.
Yeah, versus who's there versus, I just had a brain fart. It's versus who's there, what your needs are, and what kind of, what the offer really is. Like, is it a reasonable offer, or is it going to be something that's just like, well, that's nothing that really doesn't benefit us in any way, shape, or form,
But even if you move back 5 or 6 spots and pick up another third, that's big time. Like third round.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
We do a lot of good work in the third round pick. A lot of our third round picks are some of our best players on this roster right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I just think that the uncertainty of who we're going to draft is because there's no one single standout at 17.
Mm-mm.
There's not like this guy, it will be a steal. Like, he should fall, take him right away because it's going to help your team right away. There's none of that right now.
Mm-mm.
So unless somebody crazy falls or something unexpected happens, I could see a move back very realistic.
Yeah. During the interview, it was funny. He was like, yeah, I hope 4 quarterbacks go within the first 15 picks, because that just means that the players that we need are gonna drop a little bit further. So
because we don't need quarterbacks.
That is the one position that we do not need.
We have Chase Daniel.
We've got Easton Stick, motherfucker. So yeah, go check it out. It's a good interview, and gives a little bit more insight into the drafting process, especially for a lot of us that do mock drafts. And it's just like, well, it'd be so easy. Just trade back and you get 1,000 picks. Like, no, it's not really how it works. Like,
he did answer too. I got a lot of heat for the Trevor Penning draft, our mock draft, which of course,
because there's a lot of people there's a lot of people that are just talking shit about him constantly. And one of our boys, the experience, definitely talk shit about him. So it is what it is, but he's still a great player. So
yeah, and I think that Tommy T gave a great bigger scope to looking at potential prospects. Right? You're not just looking at what he can do right now as how he's going to be as an NFL player.
Right.
He gave a really cool explanation of look, we want them to be good college football players because then they come to us and hopefully our coaching staff can make them better. But I want them to have the intangibles, the work ethic, the size, the speed, the stuff that we can't coach them in, the immeasurables. And then we can then go in and get our guys' hands on them and turn them into what we think that they could become. We're projecting these guys. We're not drafting them day one as a NFL Hall of Famer. We're projecting this guy's going to be a stud.
Right.
It was kind of funny how he said, we have coaches. Like if they're not fully techniqued up, we have coaches for that.
Right.
Yeah. You can fit, you can help technique. And I get it. In the first round, you hope to have a guy that's gameplay ready. And I totally agree.
Yeah.
But there's a balance there as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's just no clear answers who's going to be there at 17, and there's no clear direction for where we need to go.
Right. So let's all just take one of those pills that chill you out and just enjoy the draft, because nobody knows how it's going to go in a year from now, which guy was the right guy.
Well, and
just
the one thing I will
come together.
The one thing I will say about this is just the mindset that come together right now over me. The one thing I will say about the mindset right now is if you're getting worked up about a guy that you don't want, I've learned this lesson before. You're setting your. I've learned this lesson before. If you are so Penning, No way. Not on my offensive line. Yeah. And they draft Penning. You're going to be pissed off for a while. And you just did that.
Even if he's good.
You just did that to yourself. And then it's the having to come back and get back on board with it. If you want to see how it happens, you can go back and look at a couple drafts ago. It's real.
The last two
in a row, I've done it.
Right. So since we've been a podcast.
This is my special year where I'm not going to get fully invested and get all pissed off if we draft the charm, Kev. Yeah. So little advice from somebody that's done it before. If it's Penning and you hate him, just don't hate him yet because it's okay.
All right. Yeah. It's for your health, folks. We're looking out for you.
We're here for the long run. We're not sprinting out of this Charger gate. We're going to try to go on the nice long power walk through the mall with this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Just take those chill pills. And while you're picking up chill pills, you can go on over to chargerchat.com and check out all the sweet stuff we've got over there. T-shirts, hoodies, and stickers, and a member section where you can chat it up with other Charger Chatteteers and ask questions and Ask Boltfam. So go check it out, chargerchat.com. All right. Well, now it is time for the next segment. It is Fan Focus. And I've heard that this might be a pretty special one. So let's take it on over to Fan Focus.
All right, guys, we were back with another Fan Focus, and we were super pumped to meet Mellany from Oxnard. What is going on, Mellany?
Hey, good. Awesome. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad you had time to come chat with us. And, we interact a lot on social media. So I'm really excited for this.
I am too. Super pumped for sure.
So let's kick it off. I want to find out how you became a Charger fan.
Sure. So my husband's from San Diego and a big Chargers fan. And I think I just got it from that. I'm not even going to say who I was rooting for before that. But so my husband's like, yeah, you got to be a Chargers fan, for this to work. So, yeah, became a Chargers fan. But now that, Chargers moved to LA, I'm a more of a Chargers fan than he is. So don't try to recruit him back. Yeah.
Wow. He definitely set some groundwork before the marriage, huh?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. He's the reason why I'm a fanatic. For sure.
Well, we appreciate him because that's awesome that he was able to accomplish that. I wish I could pull that off with my wife. Ain't happening. Oh, yeah. So I'm glad you're a Charger fan. So, let's talk a little bit about you have some plans for the draft coming up, right?
Yeah.
So what are you doing? What's the plan for draft night?
So the plan is to go to Sofi Stadium and watch Draft Fest. So super excited about that. So we're already planning on what time we're going to leave here because it's about an hour and a half away from Sofi. So let's see how that goes. But it's really exciting because it's the first time that they're going to have it at Sofi. So yeah, I just wanted to see how's that going to be. And I don't know who we're going to draft. That's been, I listened to your guys' mock draft last week.
Yeah, we don't know either.
So we'll see. It'll be a surprise, but it'll be a fun experience either way.
It'll be cool. Like the idea of having a draft party in SoFi with so many Charger fans and Snoop Dogg is going to be there and Justin's going to be there. What a great way to do it.
I am just hoping that I can see Justin Herbert and I'm going to wear my Justin Herbert jersey and get hopefully a signature, but that's pipe dream right there. So we'll see. How it goes.
Just got to get down there, get down to the front as quick as you can. I'm pulling for you. I hope that works out. I'll
send you pictures for sure.
Oh, please. We'll post them all over the place. But yeah, so that'll be super fun. And it's an exciting, we're 2 days away from the draft when this is coming out and our team's going to be different. What are you kind of hoping the Chargers kind of do?
I feel like we already addressed a lot of the defensive part of it. With Mac joining the team, it's going to be phenomenal. I'm so excited to see how that would be. I keep on hearing right tackle is what we need. And I think that that's where we should focus a little bit on because we need to protect our quarterback. We kind of got, mess around a little bit on our last game with the Raiders. So wanted to make sure that he can do what he can to get us to Super Bowl this year, hopefully.
I know. It would be so amazing. And then that's the thing. I just want a good offensive lineman. You can count on them. Get them early. You can count them on. They're reliable. And that you look at this team, you look at why everyone's so excited about this team. It's Justin Herbert and what he's capable of. So let's protect him.
I know. I feel like that's what we really need to do. Obviously, he can't be on the field all the time if defense is not taken care of. And I am so excited to see what our defense is. And, our division is already super hard with everybody that got added. But, I still think that we got this. So I was thinking, it's like, man, when was the last time that we went to the Super Bowl, right? So I went to eBay and got like the
t-shirt. Did you get a t-shirt?
Yeah, I got the t-shirt, AFC West champs, Super Bowl bound, and hopefully that's a good luck for us this year.
Yeah, it's fingers crossed. I'm really hoping something like that happens. Well, that's a great memory. Let's go out on this. Like, what has been your best Chargers memory up to this point?
Well, my first Chargers game was at Qualcomm. It was against Chiefs. So I met with college friends over there, and we did the whole partying in the parking lot. So that was really, really cool. I wish it would have been a different turnout because we lost that game. But I remember crying as I walked into Qualcomm Stadium because I know that probably would be my last time over there. And then my first time at SoFi Stadium against the Vikings this year. It was just it was amazing. And again, another loss, but it is what it is. But I did go to the New York Giants game.
You had before the halftime throw. Oh, sweet.
I was actually at the bar, I think, during that time. So I was on the lower level, and then I was able to see the whole pass, like up close. It was really sweet. So that was, I think, my new favorite one. But there'll be more, I'm sure. So this coming season. So yeah.
That's a good one. That one's I try and watch that play at least once a day to keep me excited for the season during the off season.
How can you not be though? How can you not be excited about that? And it's just, I don't know. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And it was really cool meeting you, Mellany. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on and chat.
Yeah, until next time.
Till next time, we'll definitely talk to you soon, and let's stay in contact, and we'd love to meet up with you at a game.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Damn, Mellany. Like, that is something to be pretty damn proud of. Like, to go into a relationship and the guy says, hey, if you want this to work out, you got to be a Chargers fan. And then to be like, all right.
Embrace it, and then go over the top on him.
You want me to be a Charger fan? I'm going to be the biggest Charger fan you've ever seen.
Bigger fan than
you up with this fandom right now.
I'm going to slap you with my fandom. It's going to hurt you. You're going to feel it.
I'll show you, Charger fan.
That is
love it.
That
so
is
much.
Dedication, Mellany. That is awesome. Thank you for sitting down.
Enjoy the fan fest too. Not the draft fest.
Yes,
that's going to be a blast.
That'll be really fun.
Jersey signed.
I hope so too. Yeah, this is like we're coming out of that time of not being able to really interact with players in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, the players had an excuse. Well, the players had an excuse not to, right?
Well, that's what it was. Yeah. So it's like, you got either a little football, maybe with the signature on it, if you were at one of the little footballs, or nothing. Like, that was it, or you had to like buy it. So now we're getting back into that time where you can start to try to get some legit signatures at games and stuff. So we're rooting for you, Mellany. I hope you get it. But
we'll get them.
But thank you for sitting down with Kev and chatting with him on everything Charger related. And now it is time to go on to the next segment, Bolt Insight. Who do we have? Let's find out.
They're guilty of something.
Oh.
As soon as that clock starts, your ass is mine.
When I met Justin Herbert, man, that dude is big as hell. The goal is to just keep it rolling.
Come in hype because we have a lot of things to be excited about.
All right, guys, we are back with another Bolt Insight, and we are super lucky to have Steven Haglund from the Guilty as Charged podcast. What is going on, my friend?
Not much, man. We're 10 days out of the draft, as of recording this. So really excited to, get to the end of this process, man. It's always a long road, but really excited to talk some ball tonight with you guys.
Yeah, and we're pumped, and we have no problem saying that we are not the featured podcast for the draft analysis and getting ready for those guys. You guys do a hell of a lot better job than we do with that. So I was like, dude, it's draft week. We got to get Steven on and talk about who we could get, what he's thinking. So let's just kick it off with that right off the bat. This is a very interesting draft for us because we're not. Previous years, we need a quarterback, we need a tackle, we need a lot of these things. It's very clear as like a passing fan to see what we need. This year's a little different. What are your thoughts on kind of what we should be looking for in those early rounds?
Yeah, Brandon Staley has said a few times that they truly believe that they can take the best player available and kind of figure out the rest later on. And so I know a lot of fans are obviously pointing towards the hole at right tackle. And, I totally get that. After watching Storm Norton get destroyed by Max Crosby, being there in person definitely leaves an impression on you.
Yeah.
But I think this team truly believes that they have players who can be flexible along the offensive line, whether that's a Matt Filer or Brendan Hymas, who they drafted last year. Daniel Popper still seems to think that Ode Abuji could return after the draft at some point. So I think this team feels like they don't have to force a right tackle selection. And I know a lot of people out there like Trevor Penning, the tackle from Northern Iowa. I do not share those beliefs. I have a lot of concerns there. To me, he's more of a developmental project that's going to take a couple years to really develop. So I think at this point, the Chargers believe themselves to be in win now mode around Justin Herbert. And so they, in my opinion, should go after a more instant impact, hit the ground running kind of player, even if it's not necessarily at a truly position of need like right tackle. So if you look at me on Twitter, you'll see I'm a big Zion Johnson fan. He's the guard from Boston College. I think you could slide him in, kick Matt Filer to right tackle, and truly just get the best 5 players out there. So Zion's somebody that I'm truly very high on for the Chargers, and I think Trent McDuffie, the defensive back from Washington, is another guy that has a lot of fans out there. And I think, sliding him in, potentially at safety as that safety 3, play in the slot, play outside. So those 2 players, I think, really are the realistic options that I would be in favor of. And then really the big one, man, is Jameson Williams from Alabama, the receiver that can just make any game go boom. I think he's an absolute game wrecker. Be a Deshaun Jackson type of player for this offense and really take it to the next level. So that's potentially a bit of a pipe dream. We're hearing maybe top 10 for him, kind of depending how the board falls. But in terms of realistic options, like I said, Zion Johnson, Trent McDuffie are atop my personal list.
Well, and I'm curious too, because, during the season, the big thing we were always dealing with was like this run defense, man. Run defense. Everyone was talking about. And then this guy from Georgia, Jordan Davis, was really hot. People really high on him, during the college season, during the season. And then things have kind of tempered. They've kind of people aren't as excited about him. I'm still very excited about him. I think he's a unique player that could be an immediate help on this defensive line. Do you think what we've done in the offseason in terms of free agency is enough, or do you think that could be a good fit in the first round if he's available?
I would certainly understand the logic there of taking him, right? You do the equivalent of what they did last year with the offensive line if you take Jordan Davis. So you have Sebastian Joseph Day, who is your maybe Corey Linsley, if you will. Obviously, Sebastian Joseph Day is not an elite player like Corey Linsley, but he's your big ticket offseason addition financially. Austin Johnson is your Matt Filer. Then Jordan Davis would be your Rashawn Slater. Then you take a true weakness, you make it a strength. So I would understand that logic if the Chargers went that route. I mean, the man is truly a one-of-one freakazoid monster, human being monster, right? Yeah. I think it's just about the amount of risk that is there, because he played around 360, reportedly had a bunch of issues maintaining that weight and playing at a serviceable weight at college, which is why he didn't really pop at Georgia until his senior season. And then you have just kind of the lack of a pass rush is really kind of a big thing. And I know obviously the run defense is a big concern, but to me, I think if you're looking at a first round defensive tackle, he has to be elite against the run and against the pass. So he's been compared a lot to Vita Vea who played at Washington, obviously currently plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But Vita Vea had 38 pressures and 8 sacks as a junior at Washington. He was elite against the pass and against the run. And Jordan Davis this past season, I think, had 14 total pressures and 3 sacks. So I think he's a freakazoid human being. I just don't think we've seen enough production and enough elite tape to really kind of justify taking him at 17. That's just my thoughts. But again, I would totally understand the thought process there of making a former weakness one of your strengths of your football team, getting Davis, Sebastian Joseph Day, and Austin Johnson all together, and Braden Fehoko, who we all really like as well.
Love that guy so much. But yeah, it's an exciting year. You can't really put your finger on who they're going to go after. Telesco, he could do anything. You could trade back. You could get your second round back. You could do a lot of different things. So let's talk a little bit about the offseason and picking up the craziness that was the Chargers offseason with Khalil Mack, JC Jackson, like some of these guys that as Charger fans, year in, year out, you're like, oh, these guys are available. We're definitely not getting that guy. That's just like that. That's the mentality of a Charger fan.
Yeah.
That's not ours. We don't spend money. That's not what we do. We did it this year. Why the change in philosophy? Why, and thoughts on getting those guys on the team?
Yeah, well, I'll start with JC Jackson because I honestly never thought that he was going to be on the Chargers. I never thought that he was going to be anywhere but New England.
Yeah.
I think everything you hear about the Patriots system is that it's so reliant on having a true number one corner. And then they kind of figure out the rest, with, moving pieces, hybrid safeties and hybrid linebackers and everything like that. But you need that true shutdown corner. And so, JC Jackson having 23 interceptions across his first 3 seasons, to me, that's a cornerback one, man. Like I never thought that he was going to leave New England. So I think his market definitely played a hand in him landing with the Chargers. We just saw Denzel Ward today getting a 5-year, $100 million deal. So
crazy.
For whatever reason, JC Jackson did not have a great market. And obviously the Chargers were the beneficiary of that. But I think he just does so much for this team. And, Derwin James at points last year was serving as, a quote unquote CB1, if you will, trying to, play the run and play deep safety. And also, hey, I need you to go match up with Darren Waller on this play and go get an interception, or go match up with Travis Kelce on this play. We saw him cover CeeDee Lamb against the Cowboys. And so Derwin was just spread so thin last year, and JC Jackson is going to be able to, take on that number one cornerback load that this team desperately needed. So I'm very excited about him. I don't think we'll see him get 8 interceptions like last year, but just the pure coverage ability and ability to change the math that the Chargers will get because of JC Jackson. I just can't wait to see how that unfolds.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's crazy he was an undrafted guy. I don't know what they're doing over there in New England. Like, that's just the crazy that, and New England's done that year in, year out. They kind of find crazy guys in the draft. Like most of the time they draft and you're like, wait, who did you pick? Like, who is this guy? So random names. So I'm glad that he's a Charger. And then Khalil Mack. The big story is Staley getting his guy who, if you saw that video where he said Khalil Mack's name like 75 times during his presser or whatever it was something ridiculous. Thoughts on adding Khalil Mack to pair with Joey Bosa and just go after these quarterbacks?
Yeah, not just Brandon Staley mentioning him, but, I thought it was really interesting in that same video. I can't remember if it was Dean or John Spanos, one of the Spanos guys, was like, hey, when we talked to Brandon Staley about like what kind of players do you need for this defense, and that was obviously, Brandon Staley mentioned Khalil Mack again. And so this team, like, they're catering to Brandon Staley, man, which is really great to see. I think Tom Telesco has generally always done a pretty good job of collaborating with his head coaches. We've seen that with the Kenneth Murray picks and the Joshua Kelly picks and things like that. Obviously hasn't worked out super well for those other coaches, but they're going to let Brandon Staley have his input on everything. And, him going out and getting his guy, Khalil Mack, is just going to be so much fun. And he did an interview with Chris Harry on CBS. And the way that he talked about Khalil Mack was really interesting to me, because I think a lot of people on the outside, in terms of like national media, were like, okay, like the Chargers are going to take Khalil Mack and they're going to allow the other players on their team kind of bring the best out in Khalil. But what Brandon Staley was saying is that, no, Khalil Mack is here to get the best out of everybody else. And Brandon Staley clearly still thinks that Khalil Mack is an elite player and has so much more to give to this game and obviously to the team. So you want to talk about the best case scenario for a player. Like Joey Bosa is not getting double teamed anymore, man.
No.
Like you can't do it when you have Khalil Mack opposite of him. I mean, no shade to Uchenna Nwosu, I think is a really solid player, but this is just so good to see. Again, very similar with JC Jackson and Derwin James. Like now Khalil Mack is going to allow Joey Bosa to have all these one-on-one matchups and play the run and play the pass. And so I just can't wait to see it, man. And Khalil Mack's a great run defender. People kind of tend to forget that aspect of it, but Khalil Mack had the highest run stop percentage among any edge rusher in 2019 and 2020. So he's a beast against the run, just like he is against the pass. And he's going to do wonders for Joey Bosa. And I think both of them legitimately could be defensive player of the year candidates at the end of the year.
It's crazy. And the idea that our defense has always been like, pick your poison. Like we have one strong line of defense, wherever it is, and you attack something else. This is just a poison-filled defense for these other offenses.
I like that.
You're just like, what are you going to pick? You can't pick anything. You're just going to have to take it and try and survive. So it's an exciting year. And let's get you out of here on this. The draft's here. What is Steven's number one pick? Who are they calling on Thursday night?
So what I think is going to happen and what I want to happen are very different, because I think all signs are pointing towards Trevor Penning being the selection, unless there truly is, like a fall for a Jordan Davis or a Jameson Williams kind of player. I think Trevor Penning is the most likely player to be on the board at that point. And, he does fill a very valuable position of need. So I think we're looking at Trevor Penning. I really hope it's Zion Johnson, man. I think Zion Johnson is just such a good player, and he's safe, and I think he has a very high ceiling as well. And I think Matt Filer and Ode Abuji are really good players, but I don't have any doubt in my mind that Zion Johnson would come in and upgrade one of those two guard spots, be a franchise cornerstone player, develop alongside Rashawn Slater for the next 10 years and protect Justin Herbert, create running lanes for Austin Eckler and whoever else, is carrying the ball for them down the road. And I think he just kind of fits the culture of what the Chargers are trying to build. He went on Good Morning Football last week and was talking about him building computers and having a master's degree in cybersecurity. And,
wow.
He was a former high school golf state champion and under recruited and had to transfer to Boston College. I think he just really fits the culture, and he's also a really freaking good football player. Background wise, he does have a very similar athletic profile to Cesar Ruiz, who the Saints took a couple of years ago. So very similar athletic profile. And obviously the Chargers offensive line coach, Joe Lombardi, come from that Saints tree. So I think there are a lot of dots that could be connected to Zion Johnson. I just don't know if the Chargers would value the guard position as much as saying taking a right tackle or taking a corner like Trent McDuffie or, adding that freakazoid like Jordan Davis in there. So I think it'll be Trevor Penning, maybe Jordan Davis second. But, man, I really want Zion Johnson on this team.
I love it. It's all about the beef, man. It's the first round of the beef, either offensive line or defensive line. Either way, I'll be a happy man. Let's get some mean men up there. So we appreciate you, Steven. And, tell everybody that listens to us how to check out your stuff over at Guilty as Charged.
Yeah, so we do 2 episodes a week, and then we are also we hired a social media intern to get us going on TikTok and Instagram a little bit more. So we are at GAC Podcast 17 across all social media platforms. Really active, mostly on Twitter. That's kind of my jam.
Yeah.
But you can check us out on YouTube and any podcast platform of your choice as well.
Right on, man. Well, hey, hopefully we can catch each other in Thunder Alley this year and throw one back and go watch a whole bunch of Charger wins.
Yeah, hopefully, man. I do think this is going to be a really special season, and I can't wait to see how it unfolds.
I'm pumped, man. Well, good luck to you guys, everything you're doing over there. We really appreciate you doing that for Charger community, and let's roll, baby. Let's roll.
Yeah, likewise, man. You guys have a good one.
Take it easy.
Well, there you go. Steve Haglund coming over from another podcast. Love seeing all the different podcasts out there for Chargers, man. There are so many now, which is awesome. I ain't complaining. That is,
dude, I saw
awesome.
I saw one that commented on our YouTube, our last
Bolt
week's
Dad.
episode. Yeah, Bolt Dad.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, watching you guys, I went and did it. And I went and watched one of his most recent episodes. It's really good.
It is, yes.
Awesome.
I think Bolt Dad's putting out good content. I think every podcast is putting out good content. It's unique and special in its own little way. It's a unique little snowflake, and Steven Haglund is no different. So, Steven, thank you for coming on and chatting with my man Kev. And now it is time to move on to the next segment. It is Ask Boltfam.
Let's go. Time to put your money where your mouth is.
Hi, guys.
Don't jam a thumb up his butthole. That's what you do.
I wet myself in excitement.
Oh, so hungry.
Your thoughts are like totally appreciated.
Catch you later, dude.
Okay, love you, boy.
That's right, gang. It is time for Ask Boltfam. We've got quite a few of you, and let's just get going into it. We started out with House of Hain, who asks the question.
Lord, I see the light. The Chargers will be drafting a guy that we will all rejoice in, the football gods. Then Satan will rise up and smite the Raiders with the sandiest rod a poking. Okay, love you, bye. Keep doing the Lord's work, guys.
All right, well, I stand corrected. I didn't see a question in there, but...
He's shamelessly positive.
Staying in shamelessly positive, yes. And he obviously visited the same fortune teller.
And he's sticking with the sand. It's a theme. It's a theme.
Yeah, keeping it sandy.
Keep it sandy, San
Diego. So, yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
I hope that it's really just a consistent thing with the Raiders where it doesn't matter who's in charge. They just are incapable of drafting properly. So I just really am hoping that goes the way it has gone in the past for the FTRs.
There you go.
Yeah, we're really hoping that new coaching staff hasn't taken over the Bill Belichick mindset and actually draft good people.
I don't think it's possible, really.
This is the way.
This is the way.
House of Hain, thank you for making the comment. Let's move it on now to Okie Doggy, who asked the question.
Woof, woof.
Well, boys, it's that time of year. The time we finally get to see which incredible player ends up on our team. It will be good to finally see who we get after God knows how many different players we are linked to, and with good reason. We could get either Olave or Watson to get some speed at receiver. We could get an offensive lineman to create a wall around Air Bear. Well, we could get a tackle to shut the run once and for all, or we could get Devin Lloyd at linebacker so we don't get to see Drew Tranquil get murdered by Kelsey. Hell, we could trade the pick for a star player like Debo. But my question to you guys will not be about the draft, but more of a hypothetical scenario. So here goes. You guys walk into a bar to hang out. While you are there, you realize that there are 3 other groups that has 3 people in each group that happen to be fans of all 3 division rivals. So all of a sudden, you have yourselves a standoff. So my questions. Who most likely throws the first punch from the 4 groups? Between you 3, who has the higher probability to throw the first punch? If 2 of the groups start to form a truce and start to gang up on you 3, who would you have a temporary truce with from the other groups? Who is most likely to be the last man standing from you 3, and who goes down first? Cheers, boys, and hopefully all goes well in the draft.
And in this hypothetical, this is going to get dirty.
Woo! There's a lot of questions here, a lot to take in. All right, so us 3, we walk into a bar. There's 3 other groups, each with 3 people. Raiders, Broncos, Chiefs.
Raiders going to throw... Probably the first punch will have a knife.
The Raiders will throw the first punch.
Raiders will definitely throw the first punch.
100%. Obviously.
Yeah.
And I think they would
Kevin, hands down, Kevin will throw the first punch.
Kevin will 100% throw the
It depends on how long we've been at the bar, guys. Let's really set this.
No,
if we just arrived and I haven't had any beer yet,
you're still more likely than me and Adam.
Okay.
You were still more likely to get fired up about.
Oh, you're right.
Like the Chargers.
I'll get antagonized by somebody a lot quicker. That's fair. That's fair.
You will. You will.
That's
fair. And it's not a bad thing. It's
not a bad thing.
No,
we all need.
We just know that you would be the guy.
You're right.
You would be the guy.
All right. So if they start ganging up on us, who would we try to form a truce with?
I have a good answer for this. I know what this is.
Go ahead.
I know what this is. I don't think anybody would truce up with the Raiders because no one would ever do that. I would do it for literally 20 seconds so one of them could do something, basically kill everyone. They go to jail, and then we get the bar to ourselves. That's what I would do.
Wait, so you're gonna go Switzerland while the other ones are teamed up?
Yeah. Let the Raiders.
So we'll just stand back.
We'll get the Raiders all fired up, and they'll pull out whatever they have. And
what about this one? No one's gonna truce up with the Raiders, so it'll be the Chiefs and Broncos. What if we also truce up with them? And it's all of us against the Raiders, and then we all break forces and best man wins.
And then we all buy each other rounds afterwards.
There you go.
Yeah,
and then we bail before we pay our bill, and they have to pay everything. Okay.
There you go.
That's a softer way to do it.
It's an option.
It's more of a shamelessly positive way to look at it and how to really
Let's just kill one fan base, and then the rest of us can go on like not liking each other.
Right.
But
we have something
respecting
in common.
our distance.
Yeah, we were at a bachelor party. Something bad happened. We got to keep it a secret.
Right.
Like we have that amongst us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Who's going to be the last man standing, and who is first to go down?
Kevin's first to go down because they do the first one. Because, dude, me and Adam will probably still digesting this scenario.
Like, where's Kev? Where's Kev?
Just holding our beers, going, what?
Yeah.
Kevin's already down on the floor and
Kevin's
I would hope you guys would jump to my fucking aid. I'd hope that'd be happening.
We totally would,
but I don't think it would be fast enough.
Yeah, we're not quick on the draw. We're just we were busy looking at something else. Last man standing.
This is really set up to make me look not awesome.
No.
Last man standing.
You still think you?
Yeah.
First man down, last man standing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Adam actually stands up. I think he's just kind of hanging out and chilling. Like, well, this will be over in a second.
Yeah. So Adam starts commentating in one of his voices.
Yeah, he starts doing voices
Samuel
at the
Jackson.
table.
He's Samuel L's the whole fight.
What the?
I like that.
I don't know. I there might be something brewing inside me that just unleashes at like, ooh,
like
you wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
That's never been lit before, and just one day it's just like.
Or I could be the first man down, like, so I could just have a glass jaw and somebody knocks me out, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Not with that beard.
There's no real way of knowing.
Not with that beard. You're not getting. There's the extra
That's
cushion
true.
there.
My chin is kind of hidden in here. You don't know. Is my jawline here?
Just like
is my jawline here? Like, where is it?
Yeah, they just swing and hit right underneath your beard. Wow, his jaw's incredible.
Yeah, where is it? You don't know. All right. Well, I think that's all the questions Okie Dokie.
We answered it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Let's move it on now to Lando Griffin,
certified fresh,
who asked the question. And now it's time for the 2022 NFL Draft. In the blue corner, standing at 6'6", weighing in at a ton, Jordan Godzilla Davis. And in the red corner, standing at 6'2", 189 pounds, drafting this man would make McDaniels want to go back to New England again. Jameson, good luck covering our receivers, Williams. Who would you choose if available? Let's get ready to mock draft.
Dude, Lando, where you been my whole life, dude? That was a good question.
Great question.
Holy shit, that was good.
All right, so either Jordan Godzilla Davis or Jameson, good luck covering our receivers, Williams.
I'm sticking with my mock draft. I want Jordan Godzilla ton Davis.
I think if Jameson Williams is actually there at 17, I think I would be so excited to have him on the Chargers. I don't think he's going to be there.
Yeah,
he keeps posting videos of him looking good, like working out. That's not helping us, Jameson. Don't do that.
Yeah,
you have a knee injury. Pretend like you have a knee injury.
I don't think he's thinking about the Chargers right now.
Yeah,
I think he's thinking if I'm top 10, I'm going to make a lot more.
I'm going to make a lot more money. Yeah,
what are you trying to say?
It's money over team.
Make money.
Yeah, he likes money.
Yeah,
money.
Yeah, God. I would probably say Jordan Davis. I just feel like that's more of an impact. Not that Jameson couldn't be an impact, but like I trust Palmer, man. I think that's going to be kind of that. Nobody sees that. Nobody expects Josh Palmer. I think,
yeah.
But that is to say, if we did get Williams, I would be just as hyped as Kyle. Like
I'd be excited.
I'd be over the moon. Like I'm hyped for either one of these guys. But if you're asking me who to pick, I would pick Jordan Davis.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, thank you, Lando Griffin, for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Daniel Llewellyn, who asked the question.
What's up, bro? Chachos. KKK. It's draft week, so Q for you all. I'd love to hear your favorite day 3 pick from the TT era, like rounds 4 through 7. It's not an easy answer because there haven't been a lot of good ones. Mine are both round 4 safety/linebackers. Drew Tranquil in 2019 and Kaiser White in 2018. Okay, later on, dudes.
All right, Daniel, why don't you just take all the best picks out of 4 through 7, you jerk? You didn't even give us a chance.
That's good. It's good.
But no, it's understandable. It is a challenge. Drew Tranquil and Kaiser White are definitely standouts, but 4 through 7 since 2013. What do you guys think?
I'm going to go tight end. I'm just kidding. Call back. Round 7, we took Justin Jackson one year, and I'm not in love with him as a player, but what he's been able to do when he's on the field as a 7th rounder, I think that was crazy valuable. So we'll see what happens in the draft. They may even bring him back depending on how all the running back stuff shakes out. So I think that was a good one for a 7th rounder. And we have 4 7th rounders, so we get a whole bunch of Justin Jacksons this year. That'd be great.
He's definitely proven to be more serviceable than Joshua Kelly, and as it stands right now, Roundtree. So
they were drafted a lot higher.
Yeah, not a bad pick. Not a bad pick. How about you, Coach?
Yeah, I don't know. You did; those are definitely two of the more standing out players as I look through the list of options. But I remember being really excited about Derek Watt. I played fullback back in the day. He was a huge special teams guy.
He was the best
Pro Bowl special teamer. So I think that's what you're looking for in those 4 through 7 rounds is guys that can do more than one thing.
Yeah, definitely.
So having him in there and being able to be versatile, I think that's what I hope for in rounds 4 through 7. So I think I'll toss his name into the bucket.
Throw him a freaking bone here. So the guy that I pick, I can't believe that we took this guy in the 7th because this was 5 years ago at this point, but I can't believe that we took him in the 7th and how much of an impact he did when he was playing with us. But I'm going to say Isaac Rochelle.
Yeah.
I thought that he came in when I think it was when Bosa went down with an injury, and he came in and was pretty serviceable at that position. And I was actually pretty surprised that we let him go. Just one of those players that contributed quite a bit. I think, sat on the practice squad from time to time, but when he did come into play, I thought he was making good impacts. And so since you took Drew Tranquil and Kaiser White, I'm going to go with Isaac Rochelle there, Mr. Llewellyn. But nice. Great question. Thank you for asking it. Let's move it on now to Tweet Me Up, Scotty, who asked the question.
All right, here's a fun scenario. It's pick 17, and the following players are still available. Hoo-ha! Jordan Davis, Trevor Penning, Chris Olave, and Trent McDuffie. But wait, ring, it's the Lions. Pick 17 and a 2023 third-round pick in exchange for Penei Sewell. Hoo-ha! What do you do? Go!
Give me Sewell. Right tackle Sewell. If he could play across from Rashawn Slater, holy shitballs.
Penei Sewell, please.
But you're giving up a good amount for him. But it's hard to say how good Penei Sewell is because he was on the Detroit Lions last year. So that's kind of tough to say. But that'd be pretty insane.
Because he's still on a rookie contract. So you're not taking on a massive contract from a guy. He's only going to be playing in his 2nd year. Giving up a 1st-round pick for this year and a 2023 3rd-rounder.
I could do that.
I'd take that deal.
I could do that. What do you think, Coach?
Any other different thoughts?
What's that lip telling you?
Yeah, I don't want to agree with you guys. That's what my lip's telling me.
But it feels right. It feels right. You can do it.
Right.
Just come on in, man. Right. The water's warm.
I don't like it, but yeah, I think I would take it. I would take the ring as well.
I don't like it.
I don't like agreeing with you guys.
All right. Well, it's a good scenario. So, all right. Thank you. Tweet Me Up, Scotty, for asking the question.
Nice.
Let's move it on now to Seesawer, who asked the question.
Last week, I asked a question in Mike Tyson voice, and then Mike Tyson beats someone up on a plane the next day. I'm not afraid of my powers, or I'm afraid of my powers, but here we go. If we go to 17 and Olave is available, What should we do? He must have friends.
He did bring up Tyson.
Batman.
He punched the
What if
shit out
Batman
of somebody.
resurfaces now?
Yeah. Well, if we see something with, Christian Bale or Robert Pattinson or hell, even Michael Keaton, you'll know why.
Seesaw is behind it.
All right. So Olave at 17.
I'm okay with it. I like it because he's a San Diego kid and love the Chargers and all that. I still think if he's available, then there's probably some more of these guys that we want a little ahead of him. But I wouldn't. That's another one of those where I wouldn't be devastated. Like, no, I can't be a Charger fan for at least 2 hours after that pick.
Yeah.
So I'd be okay with it.
At least 2 hours.
At least 2 hours of shame.
I don't think that Chris Olave at 17 is a reach at all. So I feel like
we good.
Regardless of what's on the table, if that's what Tommy T has graded above everyone else, then I would be excited about it.
Yeah.
Like I don't get to sit in on the things and go to the draft, the combines and the senior bowls and have conversations at the combine. He does. He has all these guys graded out. If the Chargers pick Olave at 17, even though there's guys that I want available, I'll still be excited.
Absolutely.
Because what else is there to do? Bitch and moan and complain and doesn't do it.
I'm just still like, it's hard for me to get because I want to improve in other areas, right? I want like I'm not drafting for the best available. I'm drafting because I saw some places last year that we need to get better at. Yeah, so I'm not going to be thrilled. As amazing as Jameson's going to be, as amazing as Olave is going to be, I'm not as thrilled with picking a wide receiver. We just paid Mike Williams. We have a good stable of wide receivers right now. I selfishly want to address other things. So am I going to be thrilled with the wide receiver? No. Will I be okay with it? Yeah, because they must see something in him that I don't see.
Well, and if they're drafting a wide receiver, it's not for, hey, there's a huge need right now. We're looking 3 years down the line, 2 years down the line when Keenan becomes a free agent. He's older. He's aged in his career. We don't want to pay him that much money anymore.
But I'm not looking at that either because I want to win next year.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if they do take a receiver, that's their mindset. And that's why there are some Charger fans that would be upset.
Yeah.
Well,
because we're thinking right now what needs to get better. But then again, everyone's taking us to pick a corner or like, I'm like, if we want what the biggest hole is right now is right tackle, hands down. No, there's no
run
question
defense.
about it.
Run defense.
We already addressed 3 defensive linemen in free agency. We've done nothing with that right tackle that doesn't even have anyone on the depth. Like has Storm Norton.
There.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. I think.
I mean, if you're hoping for it to get better right now, it's right tackle.
Yeah. Well, and if we were to take Olave, like that's still going to be an impact player. That's still somebody that's going to be another target. That's an elite target for Justin Herbert. So even though it's not taking care of a position of need, we don't know if the Chargers even view that as a position of need. We do because we know that what our options are Storm Norton or Trey Pipkins or Matt Filer, which not everybody agrees with that move either. So as fans, we look at that and go like, yeah, no, that's a position of need. But the Chargers might be like, no, man, we're good. We got it. We're solid in that position. So without knowing what their mindset is, if they pick this guy at 17, I am on board. I am all for it because I know that they believe in what they have and what they're getting in that pick at 17. So and like Kevin said, like it's a storybook pick. It's like what we wanted with Penei Sewell last year. It's like, oh, we played with Justin Herbert. Let's bring it back together. This is like, oh, he wanted to play with the Chargers. And
he hates the Raiders as much as we do.
Give me Olave, please.
Exactly.
So, I'm totally cool with Olave if he is the pick. So, see Sauer. Hopefully, we don't see any Batman news.
That's kind of crazy. Batman comes out of nowhere. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. He did that, and Mikey T went all rogue and crazy on it.
Did you see the video?
The guy was drinking and like poking the bear. Of all the bears in the world,
what did you think was going to happen?
He's really good on the inside. Like you're really close to him. He doesn't have the reach, but he will you up.
Right.
Don't do it.
Right. So. All right. Well, let's move it on to the next question. Cerberus21.
Nice.
Who asked the question? Oh, howdy ho, Charger Chat. Nothing like an Ask Boltfam to kick off draft week, huh? Why, I'm more excited than an Ottawan beaver at the Vancouver Wood Museum. Can't wait to see how Tommy T will solidify this team. You go on a deep playoff run, if you know what I'm saying. Also, this Deebo Samuel situation has me thinking about whether or not a first round is worth it. I know he's going to ask for a massive extension, but this could solve our RB2 and speed threat problem at the same time. Can you imagine Herbert slinging balls to all these playmakers? Would you guys trade for Deebo? And if so, what would you give up to get him? All right, so I don't see this happening at all.
I think that just
Chargers.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Kevin.
I just think the situation that has made him become available is the opposite of the Charger mentality and the way they're bringing stuff together. He's being selfish and he wants out for whatever reason. He wants out. Like I don't see.
He wants to get paid as a top 5 wide receiver. But what made him so great last year was his ability to run the ball.
Exactly.
So running backs don't get paid. Bottom line, they just don't get paid a lot of money because they have such short careers.
Right.
And so he's pigeonholed him into this spot where, he's extremely valuable and every NFL team wants him on their team, but no one is going to pay him the amount of money that he wants. And then you're talking about giving up a first round draft pick as well. That just, it's not going to happen. I don't see what team goes to that extent.
And I think there's an element where he might not want to be run the way that team was running him at running back.
He came out and said, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, like the wear and tear you put on your body is going to prevent you from getting a big wide receiver contract. But then if you're only a wide receiver, what kind of numbers do you have? Like, what does that look like?
Before this year, he's a good wide receiver, but
is he elite? Because he wants elite money.
He's not going to get, he's put himself, it sucks for him. I really do feel bad because he had such an elite, awesome, incredible year, but he's now made it difficult for GMs to spend that type of money on him.
Right.
Yeah, because it sounds like he just doesn't want to play running back. That sounds like why he.
Well, he doesn't want to play running back, and he wants to get paid a lot of money.
And he wants to probably have a longer career. And running backs don't have longer careers.
Well, it's been an explosive offseason for wide receivers and the amount of money that they've been picking up. So he saw that and said, I would like a slice of that, please, and thank you.
Yeah.
And whether or not he gets it, I don't know. I read that 49ers made him a pretty sizable offer, but it wasn't the top, the Devontae Adams type contract. And it's just like, man, like if that's what you're hoping for, no team has an infinite amount of money that they can just throw out. Like they all have their own positions and picks and needs. So the Chargers just doesn't feel like one of them, especially given how much money we have left in our space, in our salary cap. Like, getting Khalil Mack on like the impact that he's going to have on the cap space this year is astounding. I don't think that can happen again with Deebo Samuel.
I think our luck, he's going to be a Chief. I think that's what's going to happen, honestly.
Why'd you just say it into existence?
I'm never right, guys. Remember this. Remember me. Remember me.
All right,
I'm never right about anything. Remember
when you read about it in the paper, you know who to blame.
Where to hear it first. I called it.
All right. Well, Cerberus21, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Jacob Duell.
Welcome back.
Who asked the question? All right. He asked for Marge Simpson. I'm clarifying that right now.
Howdy, guys. It's Jacob from Iowa. For the next Ask Boltfam question, I would like to request Wolldog do a Marge Simpson voice. And my question is, what are your guys' thoughts on the rumors going around that we are in love with Stingley Jr. from LSU? And if y'all would be down to trade up for him, yay, thanks. Love you. Bye.
Jesus. No, don't even compliment it. Don't you do it.
Yeah,
well. that was a hey. What's the one thing that you can control, Adam, is effort.
Yeah.
You gave it effort.
I'll never turn down from effort. I will give it. I will bring it. But whether it'll be enough remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Still might take an L, but the effort was there.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll go down swinging.
Participation trophy.
All right. So the love with Stingley Jr. from LSU. So I think all of this stems from Staley going to meet with him and the reports of him like really connecting with him, giving him pointers, at his pro day. So
And this is also a guy that dropped because of injury.
Correct.
Right.
Well, he was projected to drop. He seems to be coming back and rising in stock.
But if he wouldn't have gotten
quickly.
hurt, he would have been like a top pick.
Yeah, easily.
Right.
Easily, yeah.
So like,
yeah.
Like, I don't know about like even in the press conference that Tom Telesco was talking about, he's like, I don't think we have enough to trade up into the first, and I don't think we'll need to. So I think the only way Stingley happens is if he falls to us. I think that would be amazing. Right. You'd have an even stronger secondary, but I just don't know.
Yeah, stranger things have happened.
Well, the connection is, one, he went to LSU, and two, he said, I'm never not looking at corners. Yeah. I just want to create a stable of corners. So you hear that, you see a guy that's potentially could fall due to injury concerns. He goes to his pro day. There's a lot of signs that point to Stingley being a very potential pick. I think if he falls to 17, it's an automatic.
I think there's no question.
Pull the trigger. I don't think we're going to go up. We don't have a second. I don't think we're giving up future first. I don't see how we make a top 10 move.
Yeah.
Unless he held out kind of like Eli Manning or something. Wants to be a Charger. Maybe he really enjoyed that short time he had with Staley. Who knows?
Yeah, he wants to be paid.
I'm willing this. Okay. I'm trying to will these illogical scenarios.
Trying to will Samuel to the Chiefs and Stingley to us.
I don't want that. I'm not willing that. I just think that's are the odds.
All right.
There's not really other reason for you to say it.
I take it back. Wasn't very shamelessly positive. I hope that doesn't happen.
All right. Well,
take it back. Scratch it.
Cut that out.
But I mean, if it happens, like if the Chargers do trade up for him, we'll be absolutely stoked. Do they trade up for him? Probably not. Could he fall to 17?
Crazier shit's happened.
We're saying there's a chance.
Derwin James to 17 was pretty crazy too.
Yeah, exactly. So is something to look forward to, Jacob. But thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Matt,
Certified Fresh,
who asked the question. Do you think every team has Matt Araiza on their board around late 3 or early 4? Because I do.
This is the weirdest, craziest part of this draft coming up is how early this punter is going to be taken.
Sure.
If we take a punter in the 3rd round without a second, I will be livid.
Our second pick is a punter?
I will be livid. And I don't really even care. But if we take a punter in the 3rd round, livid. We don't punt. Come on, guys. We don't.
All right.
Let's all remember, we don't punt.
Maybe Staley loves to punt. He just didn't have the right punter.
It could be. We just brought on Scott, J.K. Scott, just to fuck with him, I guess.
Get in here.
Get in here. Get out of here.
It's a practical joke.
Yeah.
I get a kicker. Give me like points. Be solid. A punter? No, I'm sorry. No, but not in the 3rd round.
But one of the best punters ever?
No.
I'd go.
Ever?
I would consider, if he's there in the 5th round, I would consider going for him.
Okay. I wouldn't be mad because he's a San Diego State guy, but 3rd round.
So Matt. 3rd round, no. 4th round?
No.
5th round.
A 5th round and on.
Okay. So our 5th round is 160. All right. So if he's still there by 160.
I don't think he's going to be there at 160. I don't think that's happening.
All right.
I don't know, dude. A punter is just.
You know how the draft works, though? The height game is fucking unreal around the NFL about this shit. He has had nothing but good height.
Yeah.
So, dude, the guy can absolutely punt the ball.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in the scheme of your roster, a 3rd round pick on a punter. I don't know. I don't know.
But you watched a lot of San Diego State games. You saw how he totally changed games. 100%. He's not just a punter.
If we were a run game with a strong defense, get the punter. If you're going to have a quarterback that throws for 350 yards, I don't want a punter. Yeah. I just don't.
Just let Justin throw up an 80-yard bomb and let him intercept it.
Yeah, can we change that?
Yeah. It's not the same as his leg. It's a really just long wind up. Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go, Matt.
Again, personal opinion.
Sure.
It's okay if you don't agree. And if we check him in the 3rd, then I'll be a big Matt Araiza fan. Let's get it.
I think you just said you were going to be livid, though, weren't you?
I'll be livid for a second, and then I'll
come around.
Go buy a jersey.
We'll start watching Punt God highlights.
Yeah, I don't know. Be excited about a punter.
All right. Well, there you go, Matt. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to El Guapo, who asked the question. I like the idea of trading back and getting a late first rounder and a third rounder for our 17th overall pick. My question for you guys is, who are some realistic draft prospects that if they were available at 17, you would completely rule out trading the pick? Mine has to be any of the top 3 rated tackles, Stingley or Jameson Williams.
I think if quarterbacks go early and often, this becomes a more realistic possibility of trading back, because you'll still be able to grab one of these tackles, one of these D linemen, one of these guys is going to be available. So I don't have anyone specific. I just know that if the guys that I want at 17 are no longer there, like those, the Penning, the Davis, some of those Stingley, McDuffie, like some of these guys that, you know, would really improve our team right now, I'd rather have another third rounder. I think you're onto something.
Well, and it all depends on quarterbacks. Because if quarterbacks go, then there'll be position players. If quarterbacks don't go, there's going to be teams lower in the board that want to move up to come get one.
Yeah.
So, it's all dependent on how many quarterbacks go. But I do agree. I think if one of the top 4 tackles is there, you get him. If Jameson Williams there, you take him instantly, because that guy, in my opinion, is a game-changing speed threat. And then the rest of them, it's kind of like how it depends on how high Tommy T has them graded. Because I think you can move back and still get a day one starter
and another third round pick, which is,
and you pick up another
starting player. It's a starting player. That's not necessarily a developmental guy. You can actually play the third rounders.
Yep.
We'll see how it goes, but thank you for asking the question, El Guapo. Let's move it on now to Herb, who asked the question. Yo, man, if we trade back and get Breece Hall, we'd have the best offense in the league, man. I mean, think about it. You know, Keenan, Mike, Palmer, our new tight end, you know, what's his name? Garrett, Jared, Everett, man, that new tight end. And then we get Eckler and Breece in the backfield, that'd be tight, dude. I mean, people devalue the running back position, but that's how you close out games and win in the playoffs, dude. Like when we get that Super Bowl ring, man, think about it. Say we trade back to 24. Bills would get them at 25 if we did later, man. So we slide back to 24, and that gets us another third rounder, man. I mean, the meat of the draft is in rounds 2 to 3 this year anyways, man. Breece Hall plus, let's say, Kobe Bryant, the Cincinnati corner for our added third rounder we'd pick up. That'd be like the best value in my opinion. Bolt up and stay gnarly, bros. Also, this takes away Breece Hall from Buffalo, which in my opinion is our greatest threat in the playoffs. They need him for their run game and to take pressure off Allen's leg, bros. Win-win for our Chargers. Yo, I'm stoked about the draft. Also, pick up a razor. Okay.
Oh, shit. Yeah, he's got it mapped out. He knows what he wants and who he doesn't want people to have. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, it is interesting when you see stuff like that of like, I don't want this team to get this guy, so we need to take this guy. Like,
yeah, you're playing some 3D chess right there. I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got no notes.
I don't know, man. Like the running back.
I don't know,
position.
man.
Like I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
Like you still need to have offensive line to make the running back shine, man. So I'd say I'm kind of 50-50, man.
Kind of 50-50, man.
But I kind of like what I've seen out of him.
But I'm picking up what you're laying down.
I'm
man.
liking it a bit. Catch you later, dude.
All right. If that's what ends up happening, I'm all for it.
No, it's a great. I think it's a cool take. I
haven't heard that. I haven't heard this take before.
No,
I haven't heard moving back to pick up a running back.
This is original sounding, and I like original things.
We like original thoughts. I mean,
running back 2 is a position that needs to be addressed for sure. It's not a strength of ours right now.
But if you're drafting him in the first round, you're drafting him as the running back 1. So then what are you going to do with Austin? Because
does Austin need to be RB1, right? We see him as an offensive threat. It doesn't matter if he's RB1, RB2, slot receiver. You can just get a little bit more creative. And at the end of the day, like RB1, RB2, doesn't matter. If you can just lighten his carry load, Austin will be the first guy out there on first down.
But is that you're wasting your, for a first round running back? Is that makes sense? Does that make sense?
If that's what ends up happening, then it made sense to somebody for them to do it. Well, I mean, it's just like you guys talked about in previous episodes where it's like, most teams have like a dual-headed running back team. And so to get somebody to just help Austin Eckler will make that backfield way better. And if it's a first-round pick that needs to happen to make it, I mean, like you said, running back 2 isn't solidified. So let's solidify it, dag nabbit.
Yeah, I do think that you can fill in that RB2 later in the draft. But if that happens, here we go.
Here we go. All right. Well, Herb, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Leo, who asked the question.
I hate the Raiders so much. Mascara Care has such a punchable face. That said, I hope the Bolts draft quality talent and there is a lot this year. And I would be happy for the Bolts to trade down and hopefully get a second-round pick. So, we can pick up talent and just absolutely demolish the Raiders. With that out of the way, my question is, would you guys be open to trading back to recoup a second-rounder? Or go Rams mode and go all in and trade up for a bona fide star? P.S. Craig is right about Daxton Hill. He's like a Derwin-type player. Ski guys and Goonin.
Your Cartman's getting better and better each time you do it.
Well, that's the only time I ever practice it, so it better get better.
It's getting better. Ski guys and Goonin.
All right, so the question.
It's a good question. Would you rather trade back or trade up? Like, where are you at on that? Like, what is your... Because, looking more at it, like, if you trade back, you have to trade back really far to get a second rounder. Like, you're in the 30s, late 20s, early 30s to get it, to make that work. So would it make more sense to just not have any picks for a while and move up a few spots to grab the guy you want?
Well, not even moving up, but just grabbing somebody that's a bona fide star, could just be another person that's still out there that we trade for. That could be on the trading block.
You could do that.
So
that's a whole other 3D
we could, but
approach.
That kind of falls into the Deebo Samuel category where it's like, all right, well, now we're taking on a bona fide star's contract.
Right.
And do we have the money for that? I don't know.
I think
I like to live in reality, and I think that the Chargers.
Wait.
What? Come again?
There's a world where you can overanalyze and think about all these things, but the Chargers are not the type to not build through the draft. That's just been proven that that's what we like to do.
Right.
So I don't see us giving up a future first to go and try to get somebody.
Mm-hmm.
In my head, what could happen is we move back to pick up a third.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to move back significantly. We'd move back into the early 20 to mid 20s and pick up a third round pick. If one of those highly graded guys is not there.
Right. All right. Well, there you go. Leo.
Fair enough.
Thank you for asking the question, and thanks for shouting out our buddy
These
Craig.
Are hard.
Welcome
dude.
back.
It's like, I'm sorry, boys. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's okay. We're getting into the fun stuff here.
Effort, right? It's all you can control.
That's right. Here we go.
Better.
Let's move it on now to Gavin Gibson, who asked the question.
Who would destroy more Raider fans? Sean Merriman or Braden Fajoko? Also, we know the numbers will be astronomical, so who would be the first to wipe out 100 of them? As always, the Raiders and the little pussy Derek Carr.
All right.
Oh,
so,
shit.
Sean Merriman or Braden Fajoko, who would destroy more and who would wipe out 100 of them first?
I think.
Well, keep in mind the language is important. He says destroy.
Yeah.
Who would
obliterate?
Yeah.
I think Fajoko has the power in the youth right now, but
yeah, he's in his prime.
But Sean has the MMA background.
That's true.
He also has like the
fighting
recent
league
shoulder surgery that I don't think is going to help.
But he also has an you understand the fuel, the hatred, the energy that brings when a Raider fan is near. He's had this for so many years.
Yeah,
true.
I don't think he would, if his arm fell off, he'd still go after them. Like, I feel confident that Sean Merriman would do everything it took to get to that century note. He would go above and beyond to f these people up.
Wow, you went from like being on the fence to so sold.
I talked myself into it.
You talked yourself into it hard.
I just
right?
think
I
don't think Braden wouldn't have the effort. I know he could actually him and his family could. That's a different thing.
Right.
I feel like if Fehoko just started doing the haka, a lot of them would
just
run
they
away.
panic. That's actually a really good point too. Sign him up. Let's watch. I want to see.
All right. Well, is your answer different for who would get the most to who would get to 100 first?
I think Fehoko would do both.
Yeah.
Right now,
just the power approach,
prime, where he's just a Polynesian warrior.
Sure.
And Sean is just not in his prime. I love Sean Merriman. I think put him in his prime, and we got a different conversation. But right now, I think Fehoko will destroy more Raider fans.
I got to put a little respect on Mr. Sean.
100%. No, Sean, there's a lot of respect. If he was in his prime, I'd probably pick Sean. But Braden Fehoko is a bad man.
Yeah.
He's a Polynesian warrior.
You watch that guy's workouts online.
Yeah, he's
and
a beast.
That guy's thick.
Yeah,
he's pretty
Have you
strong.
seen his dad, Billy? Dude, those traps. I don't know if you've seen him on Instagram. That guy is scary. He is so scary. Like the genes are strong in that family.
I don't think he can wear shirts anymore. I think he just wears like fabric.
No, he just wears cutoffs.
There's no reason to. If I had those, I'd be showing them to everyone.
Yep.
All right.
You never get whiplash with those things. You can't really move your neck.
No, you're stuck.
Yeah,
no.
Perfect. So much power.
One of those neck rollers.
Neck rollers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just a permanent neck roller.
Yeah.
All right. Gavin Gibson, thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Bollywood Herbert, who asked the question. Because y'all were so insightful last episode, I was wondering if you had any more 6th or 7th round prospects you'd love to see in Powder Blue. JK, I'm glad you guys don't take yourselves too seriously and are shamelessly positive. Real question. If Darwin was asking for a DT and Herbert was asking for a right tackle, who do you think Coach and TT would listen to? Who's the favorite child?
That voice in this question.
Wait. Before we get into it, I just want to say you guys have no idea how triggered Coach was.
He's like, he saw that
oh my God, 6th or 7th round. It's like, you fucking kidding me? He about left the podcast. I just want to say that.
He was so cool.
Oh, but then
we turned it around.
Totally redeemed yourself. This Coach looked like really bad. You felt bad.
This is our podcast.
Yeah.
This right here is our podcast.
Love it. So Bollywood Herbert, you got him.
Oh, that was good.
This we can talk about, Bollywood Herbert. This we can talk about. All right.
Well, it is a good question. I love this question. So if Derwin's asking for a defensive tackle and Herbert's asking for a right tackle, who do you go for? Who do you please?
I don't think Herbert asked for much. So if he felt like if he got in a place where he's like,
salesman.
"Hey, coach, I could really use a right tackle right now." It's like he's at his breaking point. Like,
right.
But yeah, if he's there asking, you need to listen to this guy and hear it out and really take it serious. Derwin apparently is just asking for everybody.
Yeah, he's like all these other mock drafters. He's just throwing names out. I just want everybody.
Yeah,
same.
Yeah, let me just throw a bunch of darts at the board and see what sticks. That's where Derwin's
and he's doing extremely well with it because I'm
so. Yeah, so that's the thing. So Derwin's got the better track record on asking for people.
True.
But do you follow the guy who's been more influential, or do you go for the one that doesn't really ask for much?
The guys. I feel like Derwin's becoming the boy who cried wolf a little bit. You know, like you can't just come in here asking for stuff left and right. I'm not going to take you serious anymore.
Stop asking for stuff.
Justin Herbert is just there lifting every day. And if he were to be like,
and he whispers it.
Coach,
he whispers it.
Yeah, what are we thinking in the first round? Right tackle,
Coach,
maybe?
Can I talk to you after practice?
Coach, when you got a second. I mean, it's no rush. It's not important. I just want to talk.
I just seen a minute.
He's like, I left a note on your desk. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah.
But
I folded it into an origami, and if you rotate it, it asks the question. Right tackle, please.
What do you think about a right tackle?
I mean, I just think that's a real effective form of communication.
If you whisper something, people will lean in and take you more seriously.
Yeah.
Am I right? Yeah. See.
So was the answer Herbert?
I think so. I don't think Justin will ever go and ask for a player because he's not LeBron James, but I do think that if he did, they would take it serious.
And Derwin's pumped right now. He has Khalil Mack and JC Jackson.
Derwin, you're good.
You've had a good year.
Do everything.
That's like that spoiled kid at Christmas who got all the toys and still wants more. Let's have some of the other siblings have some shit.
Yeah, he went full Harry Potter where he's like, how many presents are here?
It was
Justin, get back under the stairs.
yeah. Justin, shut up and get under the stairs.
You can live in my third bedroom.
I'll give you some of my hand-me-down. You can have Justin Jones at right tackle. I don't want it anymore.
My hand-me-down players.
Jones at right tackle.
Oh, shit.
Oh, boy. Hey. That was
we learned anything from Harry Potter, Derwin.
Bollywood Herbert, thank you for asking an awesome question.
That was awesome.
Great question.
Great
yes. Let's move it on now to Kermit the Glizzy Gulper. He's back. Ask the question.
Good evening, Mr. Wooldog, Mr. Huggin, and the motherfucking coach. It's your boy, Kermit. I was sitting at home gulping down some glizzies and wondered, would you rather get a tattoo of J. Herbo riding into the sunset on a stallion across your entire back, or have as many kids as Philip Rivers? Thanks for doing your thing. You guys kill it. Yay!
Wow. This is gonna.
Right.
I don't want to answer this.
You're like halfway there already.
This is gonna say a lot about me, but I'll go with tattoo. I think I'm good.
I'll do the tattoo for sure.
I was actually planning it anyes. That was coming in the next few years.
Joke's on you, Kermit.
Oh, wait,
you already got it.
No, but this doesn't seem like a win-win situation. Like that's so many.
Well, that's a good would you rather. They're always what's the worst of the two evils?
I would even. It doesn't even need to be
pretty overwhelming.
It doesn't even need to be a stallion. It can be a unicorn. It can be something silly.
Give me whatever.
It can be like a Steve-O bullshit tattoo on the back of your back that like makes you laugh every time you see it. I'd be absolutely down for that.
There you go.
Yeah.
I would go for the tattoo as well because it's probably going to be a couple sessions. It's probably not going to be one session to get all of that done.
But it's a funny story.
But it's a great story.
Like
over
12 kids, not a funny
12
story.
kids. No.
Not a funny story.
No.
You wouldn't even be able to afford the tattoo if you had 12 kids.
No, not at all.
Wouldn't be able to afford much of anything.
Nope.
All right. Kermit the Glizzy Gulper, thank you for asking the question.
Great question.
Let's move on now to Nick, who asked the question.
Defense huge is back!
Jake Shemesh, when the time comes for Herbert's extension, considering the humble and attractive comrade he is, do you think he'd suggest or take a contract that doesn't reach the highest possible value for a QB, knowing what such huge contracts can do to team? Or will his Mr. Agents be whispering in his ear holes and foaming at the crumb for a contract more expensive than all of Kazakhstan?
Kickman's back.
Kickman is back.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So do you think Herbert will take a contract that works with the team, or do you think his agent's going to be like, no, money?
I don't think he's going to have a choice. Like, they're going to have to pay him so much because of what he's going to do in the next few years.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I think he'll structure it in whichever way helps the team.
There you go.
Like Aaron Rodgers always does, like whatever it is, pay me up front, pay me a bonus later, whatever it looks like. The guaranteed money is going to be the guaranteed money. Deshaun Watson destroyed all quarterback contracts moving forward.
Sure.
So Justin's going to have the guaranteed money no matter what. So yeah, he's going to get paid a ridiculous amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see him being the kind where he goes, hey, let's manipulate the dollars to make it as friendly as possible. But yeah, there's just no way around him making an outrageous amount of money. And when he does sign, he'll be the highest paid quarterback in the league until the next quarterback gets signed, as it always
It's just the step approach. It's going to keep going up and up and up.
Yep.
But if he does everything he's been doing and gets better every year,
I don't care. Pay him whatever he needs.
Right. Yeah. Especially if he gets us a ring. Like,
Get
just
a Super
here's
Bowl,
a blank
pay him
check.
in,
Just
whatever
write
he
a number
wants.
on there. I don't care.
There'll be tons of foaming crumbs.
Lots of foaming crumbs. Nick, thank you for asking the question.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
move it on now to Funeral Flash Mob,
I remember this name.
who asked the question.
The NFL screwed up the new TV deals, and the salary cap has been cut in half. As a result, we have to cut half the players, and our stars have to play double duty on offense and defense. Injuries notwithstanding, what position do you want to see Herbie play on defense? Or where do you want to see Derwin play on offense?
That was a really good Pee-wee. We never get that request. I love that voice.
All right.
Good
So
question.
I think this is fun. Like, if salaries are cut in half, you're going to keep your star players. So you got to cut the roster down quite a bit. If you got to see Herbie play defense and Derwin play on offense, what positions?
Herbert goes to free safety.
Keep him in the backfield.
because-
Don't let him get in the mix.
Yeah,
Do they just
I
swap?
have a lot of experience in this because I coached really small school, high school football.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what we did.
What was your method?
Nice.
Our starting quarterback was our free safety. And so, because I could just dude, don't be a hero.
Right.
You don't have to hit anybody super hard. Just
Right.
go break up a deep ball if you can. You just got to be really, really strategic about it.
Mhm.
And then Derwin, I don't know, wide receiver seems very
wide receiver, I
easy for
think,
him
would be
to
good.
do.
Yeah.
Tight
But
end.
I think he could play.
Tight end.
Yeah.
Just a catching tight end, not blocking.
Yeah. Gets a little chip before running downfield. Yeah.
Throw it in there. Not quite the build for tight end. I don't know why I said that, but that could be cool.
Hey. We'll never see it in our
Hey, in
lifetime.
this new alternate universe league, he might be built for tight end.
Maybe that's the new tight end.
There you go.
Question.
Yeah, changes the game.
This quarterback you had on your high school team, did he ever go light people the up?
So I had multiple quarterbacks that did this for me. One guy, he would go hit, and he dislocated his shoulder in one game, and that really sucked. Yeah, and then the other one, absolutely not. Terrified of everyone.
Good answer. Good answer. Dislocated shoulder. That must have been a tough end of that game.
Yeah, that must have been rough.
Yeah, we went Wildcat, dude. If this is a reality, you just get really creative.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You start snapping the ball to the running back, and you just go power left, power right. Let's go.
Love it.
All right.
Yeah.
Funeral Flash Mob, thank you for asking the question. Moving on now to Gruder McBolt.
All right.
Who asked the question?
Well, 3 women died in a car wreck but lived good lives and have a chance to go to heaven. Before they can enter, they have to answer one question correctly. First woman walks up to Peter standing at the pearly gates. Peter asks her, who were the first 2 people on earth? The woman replied, well, that's easy, Adam and Eve. Peter said, you're right. The woman heard trumpets sound and watched angels come and guide her through the pearly gates. The second woman walks up and Peter asked her, where were the first 2 people on earth located? The woman replied, well, that's easy, the Garden of Eden. Peter said, you're right. The gates opened up, trumpets sounded, and angels took her into heaven. The third woman approaches Peter and he asks, what was the first thing Eve said to Adam? The woman replied, ooh, that's a hard one. Peter said, you're right. The gates then opened and she was ushered into heaven. When you get to heaven, who in all of history do you want to party with up there the most? Family excluded. Can't love you, bye.
Gruder. I hadn't heard this one. That
was a heck of a build-up to that question at the end.
I love these jokes. These remind me of
That's a
elementary
hard
school. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a hard one.
That's good.
All right. So up in heaven, when we're partying up there, who in history do you want to party with up there the most?
I would love to get just fucking crazy with my grandpa Frank. I never got to do that. That would be number 1 for me because he was a Supercharger fan. Just get
family,
crazy.
Family excluded. Family excluded.
Family's excluded.
But he's more than family. No.
There's nothing more than family.
Okay, I got to rethink this whole thing.
Adam, you go
first, Adam.
All right. I will say Mel Blanc, because we would just be making voices back and forth with each other.
That'd be good.
That would be yeah, that'd be fun. I would like to sit in on that.
I would love that. Yeah, he was definitely, he was the pioneer of voice. Well, I won't say the pioneer. There was quite a few voice actors, but he was one of the most versatile and really just an awesome, I heard he was a really funny guy. So I'll say Mel Blanc.
So we each get one, right?
Yeah, just say one.
Okay, go ahead, Kyle. You go.
I mean, unless it's like the Three Stooges or something like that.
I honestly did nothing. I'm completely blanking. I have nothing that's coming to mind. So go, Kevin. I need to.
Just because I know a lot about movies, and I'd love to pick this person's brain a lot, would be probably Spielberg. I'd love to just get in there and hang out.
He's not dead yet. You just want to hang out with him in heaven?
But he should be dead before Kevin.
I'm not either.
Well, when you guys read in the news tomorrow that
don't
Spielberg kicked the bucket.
Say that. Wait,
You'll
but
know
Batman,
when you read that Batman killed Steven Spielberg, it's because of us.
Batman
shows responsible.
Oh my God, what a headline.
Did I miss the question?
Batman kills Spielberg.
No, I guess if you want to say somebody that's still alive, cool.
I missed the framework.
Who
fine.
Who in all of history do you want to party with?
Sure.
Okay.
Lincoln.
Good. Throw out an all-time great.
All-time great. Goat. Lincoln the goat.
Yeah, partying with Lincoln. I'm sure that'll be a hoot.
It's a moonshine. He knows how to party.
Oh, those are great answers. I don't have anything. I would like to know what your guys' answers are, though.
What a cop out. What a cop out. I love it.
Oh, I got nothing. I'm sorry.
Wow. Okay.
I'm running out of energy here. I've been solo dadding it this whole weekend, and my mental capacity is drained.
I'll say, I'll give you Chris Farley. How about that? Chris Farley would be fun to party with.
Great answer. That would be really fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. Gruder McBull, thank you for asking the
Great joke, too. Hey, this is a free open platform.
Absolutely.
If you want to just bring us a joke that Adam reads in funny voices, can go for it.
And then slide a question in there
and
at the
just
end.
Sneak it in the DMs
Just
right there at the very end.
All right. And we go out of Ask Boltfam as we have in the past with Jeeves.
Deezy's silent.
Who asked the question?
Hey, guys. Oh, what was that? I guess it was nothing. Okay. Fuck you, cat. God damn it. I'm not scared. You're scared. I got a question for fucking butt loving. Why is there so many damn noises? Okay, wait. I'll go check it out. Wait. That's how everyone dies in the movies. That. Okay. Gotta go. Wait, where do I go? I'm lost. Oh shit. Are you guys still there? Sorry. I'm kind of lost and there's all these noises. Maybe I should use my last of my phone battery on a call or for help. I got some questions that need answering first. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, shit. Why the hell does everything creak? Creaky bitch of a house. I'll hide in here. Small empty room. Yeah. What could go wrong here? Okay. So, guys, you there? All right. So picture this. It's March 2023. We're 1 month fresh off our first ever Super Bowl win. Annabelle Films contacts you guys and says, we want you guys to direct and cast a movie, The Superchargers, the story of the 2023 Super Bowl champs. Who are you casting for your star players? Oh shit. Is that footsteps? I gotta go. Oh, wait, one more. If you could pick one horror movie villain to join the Chargers, who would it be? Okay, seriously, I gotta call help. I got like 2% left on this phone. Oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, and fuck the Raiders. Can't love you, bye.
Awesome. That was like a radio play.
I know.
We need to add some sound effects.
I might throw a few sound effects in there in post.
Do it. That needs some like extra. Like I was getting into it. I was like, what's going to happen next?
I'll put a little bit of like that creepy ooh kind of music. Set the mood. All right. So the questions, if they're making a Chargers movie, who are we casting?
Yes, I will do it. Where do I sign?
No, who are we casting?
No, they asked if they came to you, would you do it? Yes, I would.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
You answered
the
that
answer
question.
Is yes.
So who are you casting for the star players? Which is the real question, not really whether or not you would do it.
I just think this is a perfect fit because it's my favorite movie of all time is Remember the Titans. And they had a quarterback with that long, luscious blonde hair. I don't even know the name of the actor, but bring him back.
Bring him back.
Herbert.
Him back in time too, because that was how old of a movie now?
It doesn't matter.
If we're going to go back in time and bring things back to the past.
Age doesn't exist in movies. It doesn't matter.
I'm telling you what I want real quick. If we're going to go back in time and time it doesn't matter. We have a DeLorean. We can make this however we want.
Let's just make that
I
the
want
scenario.
motherfucking Patrick Swayze to play Herbert. Same hair from Point Break. He played quarterback in that movie and got tackled in the ocean, if you remember correctly. He's got the legs and he's got the arm. I'm casting Swayze.
That would be
he's a
great.
fucking awesome Herbert.
Who's our Derwin James?
Denzel Washington.
Oh,
great actor.
Yeah.
Rallies people around him. King
I don't
Kong
know.
ain't got shit on
King
me.
Kong.
I think
that would be his halftime speech. Yeah.
I think Jamie Foxx would be a better Derwin James. I think he'd bring a little bit more of that kind of energy.
Okay.
But I respect
Will Smith just out there smacking people.
You could do that. He does lay some
Khalil. He's Khalil Mack.
Just swim moves and rips.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
Arm.
Oh man.
Who's our coach? Who's Coach Staley?
Ooh,
Tom Cruise.
I'm just going left field. I just give us a Pacino. Give us a Pacino
We're remaking Any Given Sunday right now.
With a little bit of...
I didn't even realize.
We just remade Any Given Sunday with Patrick Swayze.
Oh, man. Woo. Okay.
But we had Jamie Foxx on defense, so it's Any Given Sunday.
It is, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
I might actually spend some time and cast this movie out. I might do that.
All right. And if we could have a horror movie villain join the Chargers, who would it be? I mean, the instinct is like Jason because he's just
he's a bruiser.
Built like a brick shit house. Yeah.
Strength. Yeah.
Need a good answer for this.
I mean, you could say...
What role are they going to play? Like, can they just be like a consultant that they can just go kill the other team before the game?
Well...
Or actual player?
I would say actual. I mean, you could just say, well, like, they'll just kill the other team. And that's like the same for every horror movie villain. But I think if you want somebody to actually play in a position...
I'm just trying to buy time.
If you want a player to show up like at the right time when you really need them, what do? You call for him.
Called Ghostbusters.
No, you call for him. Candyman. He comes in when you need him the most. And he'll
what is he coming in to do?
Kill people.
Because it can't be catch. He's only got one hand.
He's there to murder.
Okay.
Or Beetlejuice.
Oh, that's a good one.
Beetlejuice does have two hands at least.
Yeah, he's funny. That would align. That would align. Like, that wasn't a good answer. I wish I'd have read this question and had some time to think about it. Sorry, Jeeves. I let you down.
All right.
Jeeves, great question. Adam, do you have any other potential horror movie guys?
I mean, you're looking at Jason to be on the line, either side, honestly.
Reminds me kind of a Joey Bosa type.
Right. Yeah, I think he's got that Joey Bosa Penning. Or Trevor Penning. I mean, you got Texas Chainsaw. You
Leatherface, if he's allowed to have a chainsaw, I think they can't really get around that.
Sure. I wouldn't want to get in on that.
They're allowed to bring the weapon with them.
Well, not even that. Yeah. If he's wearing a mask of like human flesh, like I don't want to. It's got to smell. Yeah, can't be good.
I think Eckler could be a good like Freddy Krueger-y vibe, like shorter. We'll just cut you up, kind of thing. Like
short, quick, cut you up. I like that.
Get in your head. Are you a running back? Are you a wide receiver? I don't know. I'm in your dreams. Something like that.
I'm in your dreams.
You'll dream about me when this game's over. And I'll kill you there too.
All right. Well,
welcome to the Horror Charger Chat podcast.
We knocked it out of the park there, Jeeves. Thank you for asking the question, and thank you everybody for asking questions and Ask Bolt Fam. We appreciate it. Yeah. And that is going to do it for this episode. Next up is going to be post-draft day. Bring it the heck on. How many times are you going to watch draft day, Kev?
At least twice.
Okay.
I'm not going to put it on right now when we finish this. Get ready. Kevin.
All right.
Kevin Costner is the coach. What am I saying?
Or he could be the
GM. He's Tommy T.
Yeah. He's Tommy T. Kevin Costner. I like
love it.
All right. Well, any other final thoughts or bold predictions, gentlemen?
No. Let's go Jordan Davis, 17. Let's fix this run defense and murder everyone.
I've just given up on draft predictions. You guys know where I stand. I'm excited.
Kyle's going to be like a phoenix. He's going to rise from the ashes as soon as the draft's over and have lots of things to tell us.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just so excited to be breaking down film.
Oh, yes.
All the things.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us here at Charger Chat, folks. Thank you for showing up. And don't forget to bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any place.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
And now, a word from our sponsors. One is the Dark Knight.
He must have friends.
One is a director. The matchup that everyone and their mother asked for.
I'm not sure why I'm here.
This summer, Batman vs. Spielberg. Rated R.